Sloan's loft was quiet, save for the low hum of the city through the windows. He stood at the bar counter, pouring 2 fingers of whiskey into a glass, watching the amber swirl as though the liquid might reveal the future. Another rose sat in the vase on the counter, still wrapped in ribbon. He always kept one on hand, a calling card, a signature, something women could remember him by when he slipped back into the shadows. He lifted the glass, savoring the burn, and thought of Mrs. Smith. It wasn't unusual for him to notice a woman, her scent, her confidence, the hunger just beneath her polished exterior. But there had been something different about her. She wasn't chasing him like the others. She wasn't whispering about him in hushed referrals, as though he were some secret pleasure passed from one to the next. She was restrained, composed, yet the pulse in her throat had told another story. He smiled faintly, setting the glass down. He knew the signs. He had made a study of them. Desire was predictable, loneliness even more so, and women like Mrs. Smith, successful, beautiful, bound by obligation, were the easiest to unravel once temptation brushed too close. But this wasn't about conquest, not entirely. Sloan had rules, though few believed it. He didn't pursue, he offered. A glance, a touch, an opening. If they stepped through, it was their choice. He was the spark, never the flame. At least, that was what he told himself. His phone buzzed, flashing Nicole's name. He let it ring once, twice, then swiped. "You're quiet tonight," she teased, her voice dripping with practiced sweetness. "Busy," he said, eyes drifting back to the city lights. "Too busy for me." He smiled, though she couldn't see it. Never too busy, but some adventures, they take patience. Nicole laughed softly, a sound that once thrilled him but now barely stirred anything at all. He let her speak, half listening, his thoughts wandering back to Mrs. Smith. The way she had bent over his door, the curve of her lips when she smiled despite herself. The subtle war in her eyes, want battling against restraint. He had seen it before. He knew how it ended. Still, something about her felt different. He set the phone down before Nicole finished her story, her voice muffled against the counter as he stared at the skyline. The whiskey burned less this time. Sloan leaned back in his chair, a whisper of a grin tugging at his mouth. Mrs. Smith might resist today, she might even resist tomorrow. But in the end, everyone broke.